Madawan Aberdeen Regional School District Board of Education regular action meeting, March 22nd, 2021 is now in session. The New Jersey Open Public Meeting Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interest is discussed or agreed upon. In accordance with the provision of this act, the Madawan Aberdeen Regional School District Board of Education advertised this meeting on January 8th, 2021, in the Asbury Park Press and the Star Ledger. This notice was sent to the municipal clerks of the Borough of Manhattan and the Township of Aberdeen and the Madawan Aberdeen Public Library. The notice was also placed on the district's website. Roll call, please.
Dr. Delaney?
Here.
Mrs. Bergen?
Here.
Ms. Martinez? Here. Mr. Montone?
Here.
Ms. Osborne?
Here.
Ms. Priswawa?
Here.
Ms. Whalen? Absent. Ms. Ascoli? Here. Mr. Ahern?
Here. Will you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I need a motion and a second to accept the minutes of the Committee of the Whole meeting minutes, February 8, 2021.
I'll motion. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I need a motion and a second for executive session meeting minutes, February 8, 2021.
I'll motion. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I need a motion and a second for the regular action minutes meeting on February 22nd, 2021.
I'll motion. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I need a motion and a second for the executive session meeting minutes, February 22nd, 2021.
I'll motion. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I need a motion and a second to accept the correspondence to the board.
I'll motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and we're going to follow that up right now with the student reps report.
Thank you so much. So this month, so far at the high school, we've been having a great month. We have students coming back 5 days a week, and some students are even in the building all day, so that's super exciting. We also have a new project going on with the Student Council. It's called Leave Your Paw, in which seniors sign up to have a brick with their name painted on it in one of the hallways, and it's kind of a legacy to leave there for future seniors to add on to, and just something fun to do for the seniors. This week, our civic leadership is starting to run activities with students during the hour-long lunch break in the auditorium and the gym, just to kind of get positivity and school spirit up throughout the school. And the civic leadership paver project is also on its way. A lot of students have been participating and painting bricks, whether that's through their ceramics class or just coming to pick it up from 4:15, and those are still available for pickup, and we encourage all students to come pick it up, paint a brick, and drop it back off in room 415. And just as a high school community, I'd like to say that we're all really excited to see the progression of the school year and everyone being back in the building and just seeing the familiar faces that we haven't seen in a while. Moving on with the middle school, MAMS is also starting to go back to 5 days a week with more students in the building. They hosted a mid-teacher night in which faculty from the middle school worked at McDonald's, and part of the money went to a charity, and it was really fun for everyone. The National Junior Honor Society continued their Homework Express program, where the members and students helped learn the answer that they might have, and they're teaching more and more students every session. So it's kind of like a tutoring program, which is really cool. The National Junior Honor Society and the peer leadership are also hosting a Scrabble night to enhance the sense of community within the MAMS school. And MAMS is also hosting a Scholastic Book Fair, which is occurring soon, and students can purchase books or anything that you would normally find at the book fair, which is super exciting. Lloyd Road Student Council is accepting cleaning supply donations for the Madeline Food Pantry, and that includes paper towels, sponges, glass cleaner, and all-purpose cleaner. There's a drop box in the main office, and that's going to be available until the morning of the 24th. Lloyd Road would also like to congratulate Senior Miller on her upcoming retirement. Her last day is Wednesday, March 31st. Senior Miller has been a Spanish teacher in the Madeline Regional School District since 2000, and we're very grateful for her years and dedication to the students that she has taught during her 21 years in the district. And I would just like to personally congratulate her because she was my Spanish teacher when I was in elementary school. So thank you, Senior Miller, and I wish you the best. Moving on to Liftwood Elementary School. The Liftwood's third grade teachers showed great growth over their mid-year benchmarks, which is super exciting. The students took it on the Linkit, which is like a beat test. The third graders grew nearly 9% overall on their reading test and more than 14% on their math tests. And that both compares to the fall, so that was really exciting to see students learning really well at home. And the One School, One Book is underway again at Liftwood, and the entire school is reading Matilda together. That's a really good book. They have trivia questions and even Matilda-themed bingo cards for students to win prizes every week. Students have won books, reading lights, stuffed animals, and even beanbag reading chairs. One School, One Book concludes next week. Within Strathmore, on March 15th, they're going to start welcoming kindergarten and first grade students 5 days a week. March 22nd, the second and third graders will be joining their teachers 5 days a week. And on the 29th, teachers at every grade level will be piloting various language arts programs. They'll be able to provide feedback as to the strengths of each program and make recommendations to the curriculum committee. On the 30th, the Strathmore PTO will host an author visit with Nicholas Bruhl. Mr. Bruhl is an American author and illustrator of children's books, and notably the Bad Kitty series. The first book in the series, Bad Kitty, is an alphabet-themed picture book, and it expanded both series, both pictures and chapter books, as well as a guide to drawing comics. My bad. Lastly, I'm going to end with Cambridge Elementary. This month, they're planning to team up with key students to revive their community garden, so that's really exciting to see, and that's going to be very pretty for the community. Thank you so much. Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you. We're going to move ahead to the superintendent's report with the presentation from Liftwood Elementary School, highlights and recognition.
All right, so good evening, everybody. Central Office Team, Board of Education members. Again, my name is Mark Van Horn. I'm a very proud principal of Liftwood School. I'd like to thank you for having me tonight and allowing me the opportunity to showcase just a few of the great things that have been happening recently here at Liftwood. As you know, this has been a school year unlike any other before, but that hasn't stopped our awesome students and our terrific staff from doing great work here each day. I'm very quickly proud to provide just a quick look at some of the activities that have taken place over the last month in our school. For tonight's presentation, I'll be highlighting 3 recent activities. Each one of these is centered around a particular area of focus for our school over the last few months. These important areas of focus are first, providing positive social and emotional development opportunities for our students. Second, creating chances for our learners to grow academically, but also physically at the same time. And third, helping our young people to strengthen their literacy skills and foster a love of reading from a young age that hopefully lasts a lifetime. You may know that Liftwood is a Title I status school, and all 3 of these activities that I'll be highlighting tonight are Title I school-wide projects and are designed to enhance the school experience for every student attending Liftwood. We know that students' social and emotional development is so important. At Liftwood, we are striving constantly to create opportunities for students to develop skills related to self-awareness and self-management, relationship skills, social awareness and empathy, and responsible decision-making. One of the ways that we can help students to develop these skills is by making sure that we create a true school community for our young people to be part of. And at Cliffwood, we are a community of learners, of educators, of support staff, of parents and families. We use the phrase Cliffwood proud all the time, and when we say those words, it means something. It means embracing shared values like striving to be respectful, responsible, safe, and kind. It means having a strong school-to-home connection. And perhaps most importantly, it means that our students have a strong sense of connectedness or belonging to their school. And one thing that we did recently to strengthen our sense of community was to hold a full school assembly and family show. This took place in late February during our annual Random Act of Kindness Week. The daytime assembly was done virtually for all 300 students and our staff. Everyone had access to the assembly, whether they were learning in person or learning remotely from home. The program's focus was our core values, and the presenter, Tim, mixed in comedy, puppets, and especially magic to make the learning fun for kids. In this shot, you can see Tim interacting with two of our students, Chase and Sophia, and also our school counselor, Mrs. Levine, and myself. I have to say that Tim, who has performed across the country and even twice at the White House, did some fantastic interactive magic, which astonished the kids and grown-ups too. But perhaps the best part of the day was the evening family show. This free event was done completely live in a private Facebook group created solely for our school community, and the amount of participation just blew me away. Our students, parents, and even siblings at home joined the show and used the comments feature to interact live with the presenter, classmates, friends, teachers, and more. Liftwood students even made some magic themselves. Our terrific Liftwood staff got in on the action too. You can see a game which involved several team members. Our students and their families loved seeing our teachers and staff being part of this experience. Some staff were even interacting with students, helping to strengthen that important school-to-home connection. I was so Cliffwood proud when nearly 150 students, or half of our entire school, and their families joined this event. You can see how engaged the participants were, for when I took this screenshot, more than 1,500 comments were already posted by members of our school community. The feedback that I received from students and parents was extremely positive for this event. The Assembly and Family Show were part of Random Act of Kindness Week, which we do each year and is aimed at developing our students' social and emotional skills. But we do more throughout the year, and these activities have contributed to Cliffwood earning the status of a Kindness Certified School for the second year in a row. Our school counselor, Mrs. Levine, does a great job of developing activities for our students and staff, which help to create and maintain a positive climate in our school. We are also a No Place for Hate award-winning school. We have earned this distinction for 4 years in a row, twice achieving Gold Star status. We are currently applying for a 5th consecutive award. This is another way that we build a sense of community and belonging in our school. If you have ever the opportunity to visit Liftwood, you will notice these blue and yellow banners are proudly displayed on the hallway walls outside of our main office. Moving on to our next area of focus, which is for Cliffwood students to grow their minds through academics, but also at the same time, grow their bodies through important physical activity. And the newest strategy for helping to achieve that goal is with our LU interactive gym system. Our LU, simply spelled L-U, is less than a month old. It lives in the gym here at Cliffwood, mostly suspended from the ceiling, and consists of cutting-edge hardware and software applications. The LU has plenty of bells and whistles, but most importantly, its job is to combine physical activity with academics and social emotional learning. It does a great job at this, and so does our physical education teacher, Ms. Bowman, who is quickly becoming an expert on using the LU. The LU combines a computer, a large format projector, of movement detection cameras, and light and sound systems. Put together, these elements turn a section of the gym wall into a giant touchscreen, 19 feet wide and 12 feet high. Altogether, this creates an immersive, fun, interactive learning experience for Liftwood students. It's been less than a month, but our students already love using the loop. Liftwood students are moving their bodies, getting fit, while strengthening their academics at the same time through fun, cross-curricular exercises. Kids can throw balls or touch the wall and play a wide variety of games, which combine many different subjects. Here you can see students playing a team game, where they solve math problems and throw balls at the correct answer to score points. But be careful, hitting the wrong answer will deduct points. There are dozens of different games available for all different student ages and abilities. Programs range from physical exercise ones to others focused on reading, math, logic, puzzles, dance, yoga and meditation, and more. And the teacher can adjust the difficulty level, time, number of players, and more for each time. Here you can see just a sampling of the various games for our students to play, with puzzles, matching physical contests, and more. The loo is designed to be used by all Liftwood students. We use it for PE classes, and we'll use it also for recess as a station. And our English language learners who stay full day are using the loo as part of their afternoon routine. Students cycle through working with interventionists and then take turns playing literacy and math games on the loo. You can see a spelling game on the top right, or on the bottom right, you can see a teacher-created quiz. I'm highlighting this as the loo will be used for part of our Enrichment for All program starting soon. Overall, the loo is a great system for all of Liftwood students, and I'm confident that it will help our kids learn through physical activity. If you're ever in Liftwood, stop by for a brief demo of the system, and I guarantee that you'll have fun too. And the third and final area of focus recently at Liftwood has been strengthening our students' literacy skills. The benefits of children reading every day are proven, and the data is overwhelming. Early exposure to language is the greatest factor in language development and learning to read. And that's why Liftwood is doing the One School, One Book program again this year. We are continually striving to create a culture of readers, both in school and at home, for students and their families. And One School, One Book helps by creating excitement about reading, and also goes back to the sense of community, which is enhanced when everyone reads the same book together. First, we build anticipation in the weeks leading up to One School, One Book. We have daily clues during morning meeting, and students think and make guesses about the title. Our friends in school and at home can participate no matter where they are learning. We have a family night with reading-themed games, activities, prizes, and a book review. Then we take time each school day to read a chapter, and the program takes about a month to complete. In addition to reading chapters each day, we also have class discussions and trivia questions for students to answer. You can see that this year's title is Matilda, and we also have special guest readers on Thursdays too. We also have individualized bingo cards for students to listen closely and mark off items that they hear in the story. I've mentioned trivia questions before, and students can win prizes for correct answers. Each Monday, students win books, stuffed animals, reading lights, and bookmarks. We even handed out 4 large beanbag reading chairs. All of these help to get students excited about their reading. Our most recent family night event was focused on One School, One Book. And while we had some technical glitches with our Zoom, the night was still a success, and our Title I teachers did a great job leading this event. You can see in the pictures that we had great turnout for this virtual event, which had Would You Rather games, scavenger hunts, and more. Attendance at our school's Title I nights has increased dramatically in recent years, and this is a credit to our entire school community. Our teachers do a great job making the book meet the needs of our students. Teachers make adjustments based on their students' ages and levels, and we even utilize adapted versions of titles, such as the PEC symbol version seen here. This inclusive approach makes our One School, One Book accessible to all learners. All of the steps and activities mentioned for this program are designed to increase exposure to books, get students excited about their reading, and strengthen each child's language and literacy skills. I hope that I was able to share something new with our viewers tonight. Besides the social emotional work, academic and physical activities, and literacy programs I highlighted, please know that there are many examples of great instruction and wonderful learning happening each day here at Liftwood. I'd like to thank you all for viewing and listening to this presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Van Horn. Great job. Be it resolved that a closed session be convened for the purpose of discussing privacy, personnel, and legal matters. The subject matter of these discussions will be disclosed to the public when the reason for confidentiality subsides. Although the board cannot guarantee it, the length of the executive session is estimated to be 20 minutes, after which the public meeting of the board shall reconvene and proceed with business. Action will not be taking place. I need a motion and a second to go into executive session.
I'll motion Osborne. I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
For an executive session. Can I have a motion and a second to return to the public?
I'll motion.
I need a second.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Committee reports. Curriculum and Technology Committee.
Okay, so I'm going to give the report for Sherry tonight. So for curriculum and instruction, the elementary literacy program, we have 3 programs currently that were chosen to pilot, and that'll happen March through June, and they are into reading, My View Literacy, and Wit and Wisdom. We are piloting those across K through 5, multiple grades, multiple buildings, and it includes all Gen Ed, Special Ed, ESL, 504, and DSI. We will also be offering professional development in March and April for that. In terms of one-to-one technology, the Chromebook distribution started at NAMS last week and will go into this week as well. Every student is being issued a new Chromebook. It will be theirs to be used for the remainder of middle and high school, and then upon graduation, they will have those to take with them. In the future, incoming 6th graders will be issued a new Chromebook as well, and they also offer an insurance option that's offered annually to the parents. In terms of summer programming, the planning continues and is underway. It's open to all students, Monday through Thursday, 8:30 to noon. It's going to offer core academics as well as specials and electives. We've asked that all families complete the survey to help us with the planning. So far, we've gotten about 450 replies. About 50% are interested currently. In terms of assessments, New Jersey is moving ahead with submitting a waiver for state testing. At this point, there hasn't been a definitive answer for this year. The DOE has asked the districts to collect local assessment data for ELA, math, and science, and that will provide a snapshot of student learning during this year. Professional development, we had one this past week. It included iReady, SEL, and mindfulness. And the last item is the district website. It's now live. We tried to make it easier to navigate, enhance functionality, and offer more access to the calendar and the district news.
Thank you very much. Special Services, Programs, and Preschool Committee.
Hi, everyone, thank you. Not too much to update. Right now for pre-K, we have 168, so we are close to capacity. We still have our potential partnerships for Lightbridge, Home Away from Home, of course, continuing partnership with the YMCA, and 2 possible classrooms, as I had mentioned, at Liftwood to be used. As far as special services classified, at the moment we have 646 students. Out of district placement right now is 55. And for our ESS, which is our effective school solutions, we have 36 students in enrollment. For our IDEA, which is our funding for special services, we have a yearly of $918,718. Most of that, or I should say 75% of that, is for out-of-district placement. And then the other is to be spent on programs and special supplies and supplements to our programs. And I think that's all I have for tonight. Thank you, Mr. Raymond.
Thank you very much. Personnel, Policy, and Athletics Committee?
Okay, so policy, personnel, athletics committee. In terms of personnel, we are looking to the next spot that needs to be filled is the assistant principal at MAMS. There's also has been a posting for lunch aides it's on the district website. The reason we've had it posted for a while and it continues to be posted is we want to make sure that when we return to 5 full days that we have enough lunch aides for the lunchrooms for the kids. So if anybody in the public is looking for some extra money, that might be a viable option for some. In terms of athletics, this sort of the committees go hand in hand, so it's a little blurry. But in terms of policy, I'll stay with that. We have the transportation policy that's on for a first read tonight. The reason it was put on the agenda at short notice was really to make sure that we are able to keep our subscription busing timeline, expecting September to be as normal as possible with transportation, etc. So that is on for a first read tonight. I know that there are some suggestions. Obviously, that policy is in the shared drive. If Mr. Liebman can put that up between the first and second read, that would be appreciated so the public has time to absorb and possibly comment on it if they so choose. And then combining it with finance, facilities, finance, everything is good. The district is making some very good decisions, and we're excited to have Ms. Chase join us at the end of the month. Facilities, again, there is on the agenda, a walk-in item regarding fixing the turf or replacing the turf at the high school, the press box at the high school, as well as paving at Ravine. The idea would be to have that all done before September, so that's why that's on the agenda for tonight as well. As well as there have been some changes that have been done in terms of cleaning the equipment after it's been used, specific to items that are used that are handheld, such as volleyballs, basketballs, and the cleaning process that needed to be adjusted to ensure that those are kept clean and maintained before and in between each use. Food services, as I had said in personnel, there is a posting for that. And obviously there are more meals that are going out as we've had increased children in the school. And that's all I have for the committee reports.
Thank you very much. Mr. Bombardier, Curriculum and Instruction.
Good evening. Tonight, travel. We have one staff member attending the Language Circle Enterprises Workshop, 3 staff members attending the Monmouth County Division of Mental Health and Addiction Services Workshop at no cost, 1 staff member attending the NJPSA Legal One Marijuana Legalization Impact on Public Schools Workshop at no cost, 1 staff member attending the NJPSA Special Education Summit at no cost, and 7 ESL teachers attending the annual NJTSOL ESL English as a Second Language Conference. And that's all for curriculum instruction.
Motion and second to accept the agenda.
I'll motion.
I'll second.
Any comments by the board? Ms. Perez, Special Services.
Good evening. We have no additional items since March 8th right now.
Thank you. Personnel, Mr. Levy.
Thank you. Good evening. Under personnel for action tonight, Section A, resignations and retirements. One additional name listed for retirement. Under Section B, leave of absence, 4 additional staff members listed with their respective reasons and effective dates. Under Section C, appointments number 1, 2 additional names listed for new hires with their respective positions and start dates. Under same Section C, number 1, college student, observer, teachers, and interns. This actually is for the 21-22 school year, fall semester 1, school counselor intern. Continue on to page 3 of 5. The names in red for the elementary K-5 ELN literacy pilot program. The names are listed below. The number of staff, the activities, and hours are listed. Item number 3, extracurricular activities for 2021. 1 name listed on the bottom of page 3. It continues on page 4 or 5 with a name listed under hourly activities. Item number 4, names are listed for chaperones and school nurse for this year's middle school graduation. Item 5, additional chaperones for high school graduation. Item 6, 2 names listed for substitutes, 1 as a substitute teacher, 1 as a substitute driver. Then on page 5 of 5, item number 4 in red is in addition to preschool hours and respective costs for April to June. Item number 5 is for the 21-22 school year summer practices, camps, and clinics with an explanation and rationale, which, adhering to NJSIA Constitution, coaches are permitted to work with their student athletes during the summer recess period, which is June 15th, 21 through September 1st. And then item number 6, additional responsibilities for the employee listed with respective dates and costs. That concludes my stuff.
Thank you. Mr. Lee, policy?
Under policy, we're recommending to the board for first reading, transportation policy, this is on 2000 series transportation policy for first reading with the amendments that were written in red and shared with the board. That concludes policy.
All right, thank you. I have to back up. Do we have a motion and a second to accept personnel?
I'll motion.
I'll second.
Motion.
Any comments?
Just one thing on number 4 on personnel, just a reminder that that is state funding, that's covering the additional cost.
Yes, that's right.
A motion and a second to accept the policy agenda?
I'll motion.
I'll second.
Thank you. Comments from the board? Finance?
Section 1, accepting the payroll amounts, the bill list. We have to readopt the budget because the county is making us put in the escrow grant, which came out March 10th, so we have to revise the motion. And section 3, 4, and 5 has to do with the budget, the tax rate, the travel expense, and the average and the public hearing date. Number 6 is the revised grants award amounts. 7 is the participation in the True Conference Girls Flag Football League. We are receiving a $7,500 grant from the New York Giants football team. Number 8 is the shared service agreement for the payroll personnel with Shrewsbury. Number 9 is the fire and evacuation drills. Number 10 is the walk-in item, which is the appointment of architectural services for the church replacement, press box, code, and the parking lot repaving. And that's it.
I have a motion and a second to accept the finance agenda.
I'll second.
Comments from the board? The Board of Education recognizes the value of public comment on matters of interest to the school community. Individuals wishing to speak must state their name and address. Comments are limited to 3 minutes duration, but an individual may speak a second time after all others who wish to speak on the topic have been heard. All statements should be directed to the board president. and no participant may address or question board members individually. All speakers are requested to express themselves in a civil manner with due respect for the dignity and privacy of others whose legal rights may be affected. Please note, while it is not the board's intention to stifle comment on matters of legitimate concern, the public should be aware that if their statements violate the rights of others under the law of defamation or invasion of privacy, they may face personal liability to the injured party. If speakers are uncertain of the legal ramifications of their comments, the board urges them to seek guidance beforehand from their own legal advisor. Do you have anyone?
No one online.
Okay. All right, action on board items, please.
Okay, Dr. Delaney?
Yes.
Ms. Freeman?
Yes.
Ms. Martinez?
Yes.
Mr. Montone?
Yes.
Ms. Osborne?
Yes.
Ms. Frizella?
Yes.
Ms. Escoli?
Yes.
And Mr. Ahern?
Yes. And we didn't have anything on special services, so we'll jump right to personnel.
Dr. Delaney?
Yes.
Ms. Friedman?
Yes.
Ms. Martinez?
Yes.
Mr. Montone?
Yes.
Ms. Osborne?
Yes.
Ms. Frizella?
Yes.
Ms. Escoli?
Yes.
Mr. Ahern?
Yes.
Policy? Dr. Delaney?
Yes.
Ms. Friedman?
Yes.
Ms. Martinez?
Yes.
Mr. Montone?
Yes.
Ms. Osborne?
Yes.
Ms. Frizella? Ms. Escoli?
Yes.
And Mr. Ahern?
Yes.
Okay, Finance? Dr. Delaney?
Yes.
Ms. Friedman?
Yes.
Ms. Martinez?
Yes.
Mr. Montone?
Yes.
Ms. Osborne?
Yes.
Ms. Frizella?
Yes.
Ms. Escoli?
Yes.
Mr. Ahern?
Yes. Do we have any unfinished business? New business? Okay, now we have public comments related to additional matters. Please make sure when you come to the microphone or you're calling in, you state your name and address.
There's no one online right now?
Diana Pell, 17 Idlestone Lane, Aberdeen. And I wanted to say thank you for 5 Day. My boys came home bubbling today. It was the first Monday they've been in school, because our last name's Pell, since March. My 5th grader kept talking about how his class was united. And my 2nd grader was just so excited to see friends with last names early in the alphabet. And some of his friends were there for the first time because hybrid was too burdensome for the family, but 5 Day worked for them schedule-wise. So now, my 2nd grader still doesn't have any afternoon classes, not even from home, the whole week. And so I'm very eager for a full day schedule. And I mean, the board and Dr. Micah have said, yes, all of you have said that if all goes well with the high school full day plan, then the other schools will follow soon. So we haven't forgotten and are very eagerly waiting that. That's all I really had to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Diana.
Thank you.
Do you have anyone else?
No one online.
No one online. I move to, I need a motion and a second to adjourn the meeting.
I'll motion Osborne to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Is it too late?
Stay safe, everybody. Stay healthy.